you say about him, it was off the charts.
Yeah.
His ability to make contact with the base. It's the greatest ever.
Yeah.
He's the greatest hitter. He's beyond Ted Williams or Babe Ruth, whoever you want to throw out there, because I watched, he would get 2 pitches a game and he would hit them either through the wall or over the wall,
Yeah.
right? They would either hit the wall and with a resounding thud or go over the wall. That's how locked in he was down the stretch of those years, especially the 73 home run year. So it's hard for me to equate these kind of records to what LeBron has done because, and again, I'm taking nothing away, but there's a lot of longevity involved in LeBron's record because he has been Iron Man. He figured out how to beat Father Time in a game that is much harder to play long as quarterback is because we saw Brady make it to 45, but as you kept pointing out, well, he's protected in the pocket. He doesn't have to play defense.
Well, Skip, it's harder to play longer in basketball, because you have to play both ends and you're constantly moving.
Even if you don't give it your all on defense, you still have to go down there and play it.
Exactly.
Or you look like a fool if you just let your guy score 40 on you, right?
Exactly, yes.
Okay, so now we look at the longevity of this, and obviously Kareem played even longer than LeBron has played.
Right.
But the big picture of this for me, the reason it's hard on my psyche is because there's a three-point shot. And LeBron has never been a great three-point shooter. He's been below average, but he has made 2,232 threes.
Right.
Well, Kareem's first 10 years, there wasn't even a three-point line. And he made one in his whole career.
One for 18.
He made one for 18, okay? So he scored 3 points from the three-point line. And LeBron scored 6,696 points has so far. We're just doing regular season here from the three-point line.
Yes.
So think about this. LeBron has scored 6,693 more three-point points than Kareem scored. Well, it's almost like if in Babe Ruth's era, a home run, if you hit a solo home run, counts only one, but for Sosa and McGuire, it would be like a solo home run counted two runs. Or 2 home runs.
Right.
Well, it's not a level playing field because LeBron had a huge advantage with the three-point shot.
But, Skip, when you factor it in that Kareem still has so many more field goal attempts and he's going to play so many, he's going to be over 100 games. Yeah. So if you factor in 100 games and LeBron James is shooting what he normally shoots, which is about 19 to 20 shots per game, you see how many more field goal attempts that Kareem has gotten up other than LeBron.
All right.
But if you were to rank these, I think baseball, I would still put the basketball mark second. As far as in North American sports, I would put it second behind the baseball. Because
what about the rushing title in football? No,
Skip, no.
Again, I don't even know what the number is. I just know Emmett holds it.
It's 18,000.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's 18,255, 18,300. I don't know. Okay. But I just think because Skip, here's the thing: if I can the max I can score is 5. If I can score 4 points. On the back, if I get fouled on a three-point play and I make it, that's 4.
Yeah.
On one carry, Emmett can get 80 yards.
Okay. All right, that's fair. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Except he's going to get hit, and he's going to get hit again, even though he was the greatest ever at avoiding contact I've ever seen. Oh, and that's how he lasted.
Yeah.
And it's also a longevity mark.
Yeah, but I don't think, Emmett played 1 year longer than I did, so he played 15.
Yeah.
Skip, I don't know if somebody's going to break that record because they don't run the ball. Everything is a 2-back system, a 3-back system now. Yeah. So the likelihood of you finding one back, Derrick Henry is still, probably over 10,000 yards away from this record. He's not going to get that record.
And he does run to and through contact, and it's just too hard on
Adrian Peterson.
Too hard
He
on
ran the collision. You can't last long. You can't play long enough.
No human can last like that. Okay, now back to Kareem's mark. You say you were aware of it. I'm a columnist in Dallas, and I'm covering the Mavericks because they're on the rise. And Mavericks-Lakers was becoming a thing because they were at each other's throat in playoff games that built up to a crescendo in '88 when they were in the conference final, and it went to Game 7 out here at the Fabulous Forum and went down to the wire when Magic switched off and said, I'll take Roy Tarpley. You probably don't remember Roy Tarpley.
I do remember Roy Tarpley.
But a lot of people probably don't. But listen, he was a 7-foot monster who could shoot it, and he was a handful handful, and Kareem was having a hard time with him because
he could put the ball on the floor.
That's correct, and he could go outside and make shots, and he was just he was tormenting Kareem, and Magic said, "I got him," and he took him in the fourth quarter, and he took him out of the game. And then Mark Aguirre went south to the Mavericks. That's a whole nother story. But the point is that all through this time, this is 1984, on April the 5th of 1984, I got to tell you, from my heart, I'm a big sports fan, and I'm a sports columnist in Dallas. I wasn't even aware that he passed Wilt because I wouldn't have known what Wilt's record was. And it was more of a footnote to me that he makes a skyhook from, I saw it last night on the Laker Network out here, from the baseline. It's the hardest shot. It's like the ultimate horse shot is to shoot a hook with no backboard, down the line. To me, the hardest shot in basketball is like a 10-foot jumper on the baseline because it's all touch and feel because you don't have any, there's no perspective, there's no backboard, you're shooting it just at the rim, at the hoop. And he made it over Mark Eaton. He did.
Who's the three-time defensive
7-4, right?
Three-time defensive player of the year, Mark Eaton.
All right. So that happened on April 5th. And then I'm covering the NBA Finals that year, and it's the tragic Johnson Finals.
Absolutely.
And it goes to Game 7 at Boston, and Boston wins it.
Yes.
And Magic had a terrible Game 4, as you recall. And
dribbled out the clock, and they lost in overtime.
Okay. And he missed 2 free throws in overtime, and it was tragic Johnson. Okay. And I think he righted the wrong.
Yeah, he came back.
I think he did just fine, right? Okay, he did just fine. But the point is, I'm in the flow of this. I'm writing every day about it, and I never wrote a peep about April the 5th, 1984, that he passed Wilt. Because I wasn't aware of it enough. And it wasn't a national story.
Yeah, they didn't chronicle it like it do. They didn't celebrate like they do. Like any record, major record now, they're going to stop the game. They're going to celebrate it, Skip. It wasn't celebrated like it is. I mean, I remember.
And as you pointed out, for some reason, they're playing the Jazz at the Thomas and Mack Center in Vegas. What? In April. It's just like weird. I don't know. And it was so off radar that it missed my radar completely. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Skip. It is, and I agree. To have any record, you have to have longevity. But Skip, you still have to maintain a level of excellence. You still have to maintain a level of play because we've seen guys play great for 10 years, for 15 years. And they're like, okay, it's a foregone conclusion. And then all of a sudden, injury starts to besiege them, or they're not that same players the next 2 to 3 years. But for LeBron to maintain this level, I didn't think I would see somebody break it, especially, Skip, when he broke the record. Like I said, you do realize they won the championship, Skip, in '88. Kareem was on that team. Kareem was on that team.
Okay.
So you talk about 85, 86, 87, 88. He played another 4 years.
Okay, I got it.
So
yeah, he just kept on
he
keeping
kept
on.
going.
Oh, yeah,
so
did.
Now he flew because the record was like 30,000 points. Skip, when he broke a little over 30,000 with Wilt had.
Yep.
He went 8,000 past it.
Yep. Well, there was no countdown to Wilt that I can recall. And now we do have a countdown to Kareem.
Yes.
And I'm happy for LeBron because he deserves this acclaim, this spotlight, because it's 20 years in the making, but it still snuck up on me. I wasn't thinking about it until all of a sudden, I don't know, 2 months ago, I started, wait a second. Oh, yeah.
Well, it's kind of like with Steph, Skip, they had the countdown when he was going to pass Reggie Miller.
That's
and then every game, and then Reggie was like, Reggie and Ray Allen was going to be in the building.
That's
so it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what he's doing. I didn't think I would see it in my lifetime. I'm like, who's going to play long enough, consistent enough, put the ball in the basket well enough to break this record?
Yeah, it's just who can stay healthy that long, who can stay, excited to play basketball that long.
But Skip, do you realize how much you got to put the ball in the basket?
You do.
You got to do over 20, like 25, 26 points a game. For somebody that's going to break this record for LeBron is going to need to play 22, 23 seasons and average like 28 points a game. That's what it's going to take to break his record.
Yep. And I want to see somebody, the one thing I'm never going to see in certainly my lifetime, nobody is ever going to play with the energy and enthusiasm that he's playing in his 20th year.
No.
It's just hard because he's playing like he's 28 or 22.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's the beauty of this to me.
It is. Yeah. And he's not, it's not.
He's not just hanging on for dear life.
No, he's not. Skip, he's not hanging on just to break a record.
No. No. Here we go.
I need to happen
Once
Tuesday.
he gets it, guys, Then he can turn around and start chasing that all-time assist record as well. He's going on that list, too.
That one.
Leave that to Chris Paul or
Keep the
somebody.
to-do list going.
Leave that to Chris Paul.
Right,
that ain't happening for LeBron.
I am sure you saw that Cavs-Grizzlies skirmish last night. Why did it get so heated? It was crazy. You don't want to miss this video. Plus, is the Super Bowl a preview into quarterbacking of the future? Skip and Shannon debate coming up next.